Good afternoon, everybody. I've got my laptop here, and I feel like a pastor, pastoor se kind, because I've got notes. I'm busy writing a book called The Blind Leader. The purpose of the book is to guide the free, because I do believe our kids have the type of freedom that they don't understand. They have the support, they have the internet, they have everything, but they just don't know how to use it. So myself, people like Jerome SLIM, Tertia, we are here to guide the free, these kids, because they're free, their minds are free. Hulle ken nie wat is dit om hongerskool toe te gaan nie. I don't know how many kids today know that. I know some families and some people who actually still go through those things, but to get to my story, my name is Joshua Zaccheus from Eldos. Joshua Samuel Zaccheus, don't call me Sammy, hashtag. So I'm from a family of 12, I'm number 7. My mother and my father, both pastors. Pastor Abraham Zacheus and Jubaida Zacheus. I started drumming at a very early age, as you can imagine. 12 kids in one house, 2-bedroom house. You gotta find your own way. You gotta find your own rhythm in that house, because there's personalities, there's everything. Luckily, there's a lot of loyalty. My family we don't fight. Like, dasi baie katterigheid nie. Well, I'm number 7, what do I know? Maybe they were hiding that from me, But I had a very interesting childhood. I was the little drummer boy in the 90s, where I used to, when I'm on stage and I'm playing drums here, en daar klink my siekie wat. En dink ek, wie is die kant die ster en Albert so klink, While I'm playing drums, I'm what the hell, But you see where we are today. We are keynote speakers because that fire that was burning in that small child and in that small drummer, it never died. Do you understand? And I know there's fire burning. That's why I was telling the guys backstage, daar's ouens wat die information nodig en hulle moet hierso is. Because we're speaking and people who are asking the questions, the answers need to fall on those ears that are sitting there wondering, hey my bra, gaan ons nou weer net hier op die hoek blom vandag. Someone needs to go and make sure the ouens, because it breaks my heart. Ek is nie bly as ek sien my brasse van die skool sukkel nie. Daai man het my gelaat lag by die skela, ons was aan, ek het skool toe gegaan vir hom, because ek het die skool gelike nie. You know what I mean? Like, just to be honest, I had people coming to me with offers. Josh, do you want to go overseas? Come play drums. Hey, jy moet skool klaarmaak. My hele lewe deur. Like literally, my whole life through, God was sending people to say, hey, vat hom, gaan haal hom. But obviously you trust your parents, you do your thing. And I was playing in church, and I was playing for the church choir, Christian Harmony. We were touring everywhere. But one specific turning point very early in my life, at 7 years old, 1993. I don't know how many of us who were alive that time. But I was 7 years old, and we were playing drums, church choir. And as a kid, you just play your heart out, because I see a check nie, I see bills nie. Jy gaan nie moet met iemand squeal vir jou geld nada nie. We don't know that. And I'm playing in church choir, and geld. People in front of the stage crying, throwing money at the drums while we were performing. That was the very first time God told me and promised me, I'll take care of you. Just do what you are doing now. With the same heart that you are doing it. So I'm going away from my notes, but this is what's in my soul. This is what I need to share. Sometimes we get off the road because we meet friends. Association. I'm just going to build on what was said, because julle het regtig alles gesê. They have said a lot of things. But my journey is different, that I grew up hearing, kan iets goed uit Eldos uitkom? Musicians is sleg. Al goed, en I'm thinking, maar ek het niks gemaak. Ek kom maar nou net hier, is 8 jaar, julle sê ons is sleg. But I had to grow in to understand, man, daar's 'n rede hoekom sekere dinge 'n sekere way uitwerk. And when you're in Eldos, you don't realize that the community celebrates you like this. Ja, nee. Hey, doen hom ding, man. Hey, but the people in the world, they like this. Yoo-hoo-hoo, Jay, hey, what's your name? Give me your bank account. I'm going to send you money. God bless you. That's the world. That's the world. I am a testimony of that because everything I have, I used to dream about it. And I was unqualified while I was dreaming. I was so unqualified when I thought, I want endorsements. And then my friends would say, but you didn't go to music school. Jy kan nie music lees nie. Ja, maar Hans, hulle gaan nie vir jou endorse nie. And I thought, my pa 12 kinders, wat ken jy van geloof? You know what I mean? Isn't that a nice point of reference to have? My pa, that's mense wat sukkel om 2 kinders groot te maak. Imagine DJ Khaled in the 80s, another one. Into the 90s, another one. Another one. You know? That was our family. Ons was gegwara van ons is baie. Julle so baie is, jou ma laat vang jy anders. Ah! Dan kyk myself, okay. My pa was nie 'n idiot nie. Because, yes, he brought 12 of us into this world. But if you see those 12 people on stage, dan hang jou mond op die grond. Hoekom? Because God gave that man a mission, a vision, and a wife that understands, okay, ons gaan 12 kinders hê. Hoekom moet ek 'n pastoortjie gevat het? You know? But you understand what I'm saying? Purpose. Tertia was saying it and Slim was saying it. The road is not smooth. You know? Growing up in the house, it was not easy. I'm going to share a very embarrassing story that most of my close friends don't even know. I was a young kid, playing drums obviously. So on the weekends, I'm a superhero. Right? With Christian Harmony, touring, playing Bloemfontein, Kaap, everywhere. This is small. But at school, I was a nobody. Ek niks nie, ek dra plastic skoene of ek dra dieselfde skoene vir 3 jaar en ek speel drome. So imagine hoe lyk my tone. Right? It's funny, right? But imagine as jy jou voet uit die skoen uithaal, na jy drome speel met 'n klinkskoen aan. Fine. It's part of my journey. And then, obviously, you get excited, you start sweating very early, but you don't have a job. So you can't buy roll-on. So you start smelling. Do you understand? And then, no wonder mense. And I'm thinking to myself, so moet ek nou begin met my pa se brood steel, because ek speel drome. You know? So those people used to heckle me about it. I used to feel so crap. I wouldn't take my shoes off in front of people, because I'm thinking, "Eish man, my tone is lelik." But you see all those things. What sacrifice was I making? Ek waarlik met die tone nie, ons gaan die drome speel. Ons gaan die Here dien. We're going to prophesy through these drums. Do you understand? So I've had a lot of turning points in my life. One time I failed at school. My mother said, "Yes, 80 I tried to hang myself at 10 years old. I didn't even know what hanging myself was. But I knew a life without that connection to God, because my drumming connects me to God on another level. I don't want to lie to anybody. If you've heard me play, you've heard me pray. Ek praat nie met die Here met die ding nie. I play drums and everything happens. Because He understands that gift. It's a language. When you move and you do your wave, ander mense sê, "Oh ja, daai wave, haar waves is sitte." Of anders gaan sê, "Wow." But there are people whose lives are changed by the wave. That's God in your wave. That's God in your blood. You know? So that's why I'm saying it's difficult for me to stick to my my notes, because I've gone through so many things. Some of the highlights in my life, I played at the opera school with Danny K. And while playing, hier kom opera op. Staan reg voor die drome. We weren't even supposed to post about it, because when you go to the school, you can't really mention it. Ek mention it now because it's jarenlang al, hulle kan my maar kom haal. Waarin nie? Right? And then 2013, I went to go perform at Barack Obama's inauguration. You know? I was one of the people who I still have my invitation saying, "You are invited, Michelle and Barack Obama." En ek dink ek is van Eldos af. Ek kan nie music lees nie. Ek is unqualified, hulle kwaar my. In die laerskool het hulle gesê, my arm stink. Maar no, daai selfe laitie, daai selfe actions. It has taken me to places where I've never thought I'd go to Fiji Island, but I've been on Fiji Island. Do you know how small Suva is? It's small. Can't see it, ne? But I went there by God's grace. So what I'm sharing with you guys today, it's not just turning points in a bad way, turning points in a good way. Right now, I'm in a turning point of my life. You see, they call me Joshua, JSTAR. Let me introduce myself, and then I'll explain. My name is PastAbdxll. That's my name. Pastor means shepherd, and Abdul means servant, right? So I had to go through a lot of things to get to the point where I actually changed my name to PastAbdxll. Jy moet deur baie gaan as jy jou naam na hy toe change hoor. But when I went to Egypt, God showed me. Like she says, when you get to other countries, God sends people your way. You'll say, guys, ek gaan nie saam met julle eet, ek gaan hier so by die next shop. And when you get to that shop, you meet someone. And that's exactly what happened to me in Egypt. God visited me through 4 guys. They showed me Egypt. They drove around with me. They fetched me from stage, isolated me. Daar's Lira hulle almal, because I played for Lira. Daar's Lira hulle almal. Hulle soek nie daai mense nie. We want you, number 7. They called me number 7. How did the guys in Egypt know I'm the 7th child? I live very consciously. It's my formula. When God gives me a sign, like, so what is Dino? Every time someone comes up to me and they have a message from me in any country, they would mention the number 7 first. In whatever the introduction is, there would be a 7, and that's how I knew. So, yes, it's nice to practice and do your things, but if you are not connected to the Creator, God, if you don't trust that He knows where He's taking you, doesn't matter what you want to do. I still, like I'm saying, I'm in a turning point of my life now because I play drums for Lira, aka I'm going with TKZ now to Bloemfontein today. It's one of the best things ever. You know, playing with guys as when I was on my bicycle, I heard Hola Pala Fala. Today I'm playing Hola Pala Fala. You know? But what do you have to do? You have to work through all those bad days. Those things that people don't see. As you saw in Anton, in the mense weet hoe kom huil nie. You are asking God for things that people don't understand. You know? And now you are in the 90s telling people, nee, ek gaan drummer speel as ek groot is. In die 90s. Weet jy hoe was ek geridicule en gefight net because ek was so confident. I knew. I didn't saw the 5 rand coins and whatever roll van die mense se sakke af. No one was there to experience that with me. So when God visits you and tells you, jy is gemaak om te dans. Moenie sê, ja, brad, die Here het gesê ons is gemaak. I made that mistake. Turning point, guys, your friends. Getting to my next point. Your friends will and can keep you back. Your relationships, who you date, it will keep you back. If you are a dancer, jy kan nie 'n ou date wat sê, maar because jy het burgers aan, ribs aan, wat wil jy so bly gaan dans? He's not part of the vision. Can you hear that this man doesn't belong in your life? How many of us are holding on to people? They are the ones killing us. You're not actually dying, but you're dying because you're holding on to death. Right? So I'm just here to give it to you clean cut from Eldos. Die mense daar buite beklei ons klaar. Ons kan nie nog hier onder mekaar beklei nie. When we stand up here, ons moet soos 'n force uitgaan. You know what I mean? 100%. So honestly, as a pastor's kid, I'm looking at time now, but it's fine, Kabelo kan wag. As a pastor's kid, right, we go through things, and you don't know how much you have to live up to. Hou die blinkan boer, moenie jou pa se naam nie, moeder sleep, en al daai goede. And then divorce comes, and it knocks on a family of 12's door. Because this is a turning point in my life, I'm telling you guys now. I never thought smoke would come out of my mouth, but smoke came out of my mouth. Because I got corrupted. I never thought that I would go from being a squeaky clean guy, to being in depression. I want to kill myself. I'm smoking, I'm hanging out with wrong people. People don't know I went through those things. But I had God in my heart. I had the Holy Spirit saying, jy weet jy is supposed to be so thirsty. Jy kan maar nou met die varke sit, maar daar by jou pa se huis is alles wat jy nodig. You know? So, it is nice to travel, it's nice to make money, it's nice to tell people, yes, you can do anything. But hier binnekant jou hart, you must know. You must know you want to go. Because I had a big crew of dancers, right? Be Supreme. Terren was one of the dancers. All the dancers didn't make it. You know? I didn't make it as a dancer. Because I fell in love with drumming. But ek kan hom nog breek vir jou. You know what I mean? As jy my toets, dan breek ek nou die vloer vir jou. You know? But it's not going to work out the same for everybody. I can give you advice. I can tell you, keep moving, keep running. But God's going to tell you when you get to a certain point, hey, los die mense, gaan die way. And you must have the courage and be brave, like she said, to leave. Los die mense. Breek op met hom. Hy hou jou agter. You know, hy soek al klaar kinders, jy wil dans. You know what I mean? Hy soek nou kinders, jy wil nog 5 years dance. You know what I mean? So how many times are we actually shaking hands with the devil and saying, you say, brad, kom ons gaan koop. No, guys. You've heard all the motivation and stuff, but I'm here to tell you. Start by making a list of the people you don't want to be like. Ons almal ken ons, ek wil soos Rick Ross, ek wil soos Nicki Minaj, hy is mos nou die role models van vandag is, Nicki Minaj hulle hoor. But if you make a list of all the people you don't want to be like, you're already halfway safe. Because al die mense wat jy nie wil soos is nie, you're not going to do those things to get you there. Now, what's your purpose? Where do I want to go after doing that? Find out, wat wil ek doen? Hoe gaan ek uitkom? My bra gaan my help. As jy nie, bly asseblief uit my pad het. Ek haat jou nie, want hoef jy te beklei nie, maar as jy nie saam met my gaan loop nie, moet my nie stop nie. So, you have friends, al die mense wat sê hulle is lief vir jou and whatever. They are in your life. But God is visiting you for you because your purpose is for you. That person has their purpose. When I met Mr. Lowe the first time, I was fighting with the principal so many times, Mr. Dupree, because, hey man, ek wil nie my hare sny nie. Ek gaan nie my hare sny nie. Why? Because on the weekend I was a superstar. I was already living my dream. No one knew. No one knew that from a young age, I was walking around like Clark Kent at school. Julle ken nie wie ek nie. As ek keeper nou uittrek as 'n Superman jersey onder. That's how I used to feel because I know there's no drums here, so julle ken nie wie ek is fine. Undermine my, lag vir my, kyk my plastic skoene, my geel hemp, ek het nie 'n wit hemp gehad, die vrou van meneer Lou. Ek het 'n wit skoolhemp gehad, maar was al geel because het 'n paar broers afgepas. You know? It's fine, ek myne. Ek myne honger slaapie. Ek myne ouma tannie eet vir sappe nie. Because my pa het ons geleer, jy gaan nie doodgaan nie. Maar as jy môre opstaan, dan het jy nog 'n kans om iets 10 keer beter te doen. My father was a street kid. So when I tell you about my motivation, my turning points, ek kyk my familie, ek dink, die man het weggehol uit Bloemhof uit om in pype te kom slaap. Van hy wil in Joburg bly. Kyk wat het ons gemaak in Joburg. Ons het rara kom maak in Joburg. But because of a man that decided at 9 years old, ek gaan weghol van die huis af. Do you have that type of courage? To change your life at 9 years old. But God can visit you at 9 years old. God can visit you at 60. It depends what you do once that purpose falls into your lap and you know, okay, nou gaan ons Eldos change. Ek waar nie, wie doen het nie. Because sometimes wag ons vir iemand, hey man, doen bietjie iets. Laat ons bietjie rara gaan maak. Hoe of is ons? Gaan maak jy rara alleen, Here het vir jou gestuur. Nou jy niks rara gemaak nie. Niemand se lewe is gesave nie because jy wag vir mense wat nog eens weet wie is hulle nie. A lot of people have not found themselves, guys. They don't know who they are. Thus, they don't know their purpose. So for me standing here, it was so killing. Toe ek net die briedrommel, koek. Toe het ek my pa kar gekoop paar jare terug. That for me was the turning point. Met dromme geld. En dat is nou nie 'n Mercedes, as maar ja, meer rykie. You know? But net dat die feit dat ek weet, yo, Here, as daar so baie blessings agter my is, yo, ek is excited om te sien wat is voor my. You gotta live like that. If you have a past of struggling, tell God, okay, nou sien ek uit vir paradise. If you have a past of paradise, dan sê die Here, yo, as die paradise gewees het, dat was beter. Okay, kom ons gaan. You know? Don't find reasons to be sad about where you're going. Be excited about where you're going. Because that's faith. Everybody lives by faith. Even the guy that wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning to break into your house, let me tell you, that guy for me works harder than all of us. Right? Yes? That guy is so skilled. He even works the hours you don't want to work. Right? He plans. This is in my notes. checking with my spiritual eye. This is in my notes. Die ou sal opstaan 2:30 in die oggend en inbreek. Listen to this, ne? Imagine everyone sleeping. Jy het klaar die TV geaanplak. Die ouens wag buite, hulle het so mooi geplan. Dan steel julle goed uit mense se huise uit. Is hy nie harde werk? Dit skill, man. I want to hire that guy to work for me. Hy's dan so gewillig. But you see where the actions and the faith's going in the wrong direction. He can work, he can wake up early, he can do all those things, but we are running in the wrong direction. See, as jy daai nie gewillig is nie, jy's net stout. Dit is my maar as hy is stout. You know what I mean? So, it's a reality when you look at your neighbors and you look how people are going astray and they don't have nothing to do. It lets you know that God has given you who knows where you're going. He placed you amongst those people so that you can come say like, when I heard that there's another successful man in Eldos, yo, that's good. I want to be one of those type of people. I had to unfortunately move out of Eldos because I became a victim of my kassie. Nou steel die ouens die badge van my kar af, die caps is weg. Nou is ek in die tronken van ek het die ene se kop getrap. And I've got gigs coming up. Now I'm fighting. Nou is my voet geswel in my hand because I'm fighting pillekoppe. Hulle voel nie eens pyn nie. Dan jou pe kan met 'n bierbottel kap, ek gaan nog steeds smile. So now I'm killing my career fighting who? A guy that has no purpose. Even if you cut his finger off, môre gaan hy weer iemand anders se goed te steel. So I had to get out of Eldos just to save myself. It wasn't about abandoning Eldos as well because I love this place. When I was at Obama's inauguration, I posted, I said, I can't believe from Eldorado Park, I'm here. Hier's Bill Clinton, hulle almal, al die mense, al die groot koppe, hulle is ook hier in Washington vandag. En ek gaan op by stage klim. You know? So, my encouragement to all of you guys are, connect to the Creator and create your own life through His frequency. He called it into existence. Say good things about yourself. Speak that life on yourself. Niemand gaan sê, "O, jy's so mooi, wie nee, ek dink jy gaan iets word, jy my lady. Jy gaan 'n Bentley ry, ek sien jou jy, dik hy's." Wa? Hulle compete dan met jou, hoe gaan dit hy sê? You know? So that's what I'm saying. Watch who you hang out with. Listen to the blessings they speak on you. Listen to what they say about themselves. Because association is important. We can only come back and rescue them when we are stronger inside. Maar ek kan nie nou 'n recovering pillekoppe dan wil ek met die pillekoppe gaan praat terwyl hulle rook nie. Bevra. Worry about you, die Here dien maar bevra. Before you know it, I'm going to grab the pipe. You know what I mean? So we got to be stronger inside in order to know when God sends us into our turning point and we need to turn away from everything that's hindering us from our purpose. We must be able to do it with bravery, boldness, and know that God's going to take care of us. Ek is oor my tyd toe, but arigato. So baie goed uitgelos wat jy sê. Okay, ek wil net sê baie dankie dat julle my gehad het vandag. Thank you so much everyone for coming. Just in closing, just to let everyone know, there's no internet. Things have gotten better. Life is a whole lot better right now. You know, so there is no excuse. I like what it says there, make an excuse to be successful. You know, I always used to say, just be successful. If you want to be successful, just do it. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's as doable as it is. So you can be successful and you can use faith, but faith without works is dead. So if you have internet, if you have access, send your stuff out. Just like you was asking about getting out music, and you were asking about what can we do in schools. I have an idea of, for many years now, I'm thinking, let's take drummies into the school, but proper drum line. Because if children are practicing and doing battles and, you know, and they know next week it's clipped down against this school, but we are actually drumline, we're playing music. No kid's gonna be on drugs if he's got a saxophone solo to work out, if he's got rudiments to play. So as a drummer, I'd like to impart that into our school systems, but I need help from businessmen because I made a lot of mistakes which led to my turning points because I'm not a businessman, I'm just an artist. I just wanna make music and play drums, but sometimes we forget about the business. So some advice, equip yourself in the business side too so that you know how to run yourself as a business individually or a dance crew, whatever. So